Hey guys, have you baked your bread without adding eggs? If you're wondering, come with me. Let's bake my homemade bread without eggs. Alright. Hey guys, thank you so much for sticking with me. I am back and I'm back to my cooking era again. So guys, for this nice soft moist bread that we're gonna bake today at home, adding no eggs. And I repeat, I bake my bread without eggs. I don't like eggs. And because of that, I prefer to bake my own bread. So what I do first is sanitize my station, clean everywhere because I'm gonna be dealing with flour, sugar, it's food. And then let's get into my measurements. So there we go. I add 1/3 of dry milk. That's what you see in here. 1.5 of added dry yeast. It's half because the last time I baked 2 roll. Whenever I'm doing 2 loaf of bread, I do 1.5, so they have left over, and I use it. I kept it for the other day. So these are the yeast I use. So I'm still in the process of my measurement. Salt, you gotta put salt. Yes, you have to add salt in your when you're baking your bread. It's very important. I add 1 tablespoon of salt. Okay. Next, my milk. Sometimes, guys, I use 1 cup. I use 2 to 3 cup of milk. I don't use water. At first I used to use water, but now I just use all milk. That helps my bread to be really soft. Water is good, but I rather use milk. The milk helps to make it softer. So I use 2 cups. Like I said, sometimes I use 2 to 3 cups. So I'm gonna use 3 cups because I'm making 3 loaves of bread. So once I pour my dry ingredient in, I'm gonna stir it up. Okay, stir that up until everything dissolves in. So guys, next I'm gonna add 1/3 cup of sugar. So pretty much the bread I'm making is like the sandwich bread that I'm making. My family don't buy bread anymore because I make fresh bread from home. So yeah, I add 1/3 of sugar. That, and I'm gonna add my butter. When it comes to the butter, you can use any butter. It's good to use the stick butter, but I don't have that right now, so I'm using the country style, homemade style bread spread butter. I like enough butter in my bread because the butter helps the bread to be softer as well. So sometimes I just use the spoon, just 2 spoons of butter, and then put that in. I'm gonna stir it as well. Next, I'm gonna add oil, 1/3. The oil also helps for the bread to not stick in the cup. It's just a choice. Something I find easy for me. I don't use the whole. I just use half. Since I started making my bread, so my bread don't burn anymore. Since I've been trying this method, but you can just try your own method. With making bread, as long as you continue to do it, you get familiar with your ingredient, your measurement, and everything. So guys, I'm gonna stir this up until it melts. Ingredient, the butter, everything gonna melt once I add the flour in. So next, I'm gonna use my bread flour. For the bread flour, I use 1 cup. The total cup of flour I need to make this 2 loaf of bread is 4 cup of flour. So I use 1 cup of bread flour. I found it easy. At first, I used to use all bread flour, but for some reason, my bread was not coming. I don't know, it was not coming out like the way I wanted it. So I started I used 1 cup of bread flour. And then my 3 cups will be all-purpose flour. Sorry, guys. All-purpose flour. I'm still gonna use this bread flour like to mold the bread. You know, it had to form into a dough. But yeah, so I'm gonna use 3 cups of all-purpose flour. You can tell I bake a lot, so this was the whole full cup of flour. But now I just had a little bit, like. I do a lot of baking, well, bread. So that's 2. That's 2. Three. That's 4 cups. There's 4 cups of flour, so I'm gonna stir it in until it forms together. So you have to stir it real hard. Don't worry, you see it watery, you can still always add flour. You just want it to form together. So this one is gonna need real stirring. See it forming together. I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of bread flour over it. So you just, as you keep stirring, make sure your dough that it will form into a dough. You see this, just like that. So yeah, I'm breathing. Because of the man's strength. Ooh. I want to form into a smooth thing. So guys, you see the flour on it, I make it form into a dough. So now I'm gonna take it and put it in another bowl so I can let it rise. My hands is clean. So in this bowl, I sprinkle flour in it so it can stick in the bowl. And I'm gonna transfer it into this bowl. So guys, I'm gonna cover it up, put it in a little dark space, cover it up, and it'll be time for the yeast to do its job. Alright guys, so my bread is all rising. Now I'm just pinning it to push out any air that was in it. So I'm making 2 loaves of bread. So all I do, I split it in the middle, and then after that I put it one side. I'm just gonna pin. I'm gonna get a bowl to just pin it on it. It's better to do it like this. So I'm just gonna roll it. You need your flour to help you put this together. So this is the loaf I want. Woo. This is a big bread. Alright guys, my bread is all rolled up now. We'll put it in the baking pan. This is my two beautiful baking pan. I love this pan. Like if you want to make the perfect loaf of bread, get this pan from Amazon. I can't remember, but I bought it. It was really cheap. So this is my two loaf. I spray grapeseed oil. Now what I do for the stove, the baking time, I put on 375. Some people do 400, but I don't recommend that. Sometimes yeah, 375 for the timer. I put it on like 40, I think 45, 40 minutes, but I don't really go to 45. Usually I just let it bake for like less than 30 minutes. You know, I just put it 45 there, but I also keep my eyes on it. That's something you have to do. Like, don't let it go that long. 45 minutes, that's too much. Alright, okay guys, so this is it. I just took it out of the oven. I'm gonna let it cool down. It was in the oven for 35 minutes. You can put it on for 40 minutes, but I noticed 35 minutes the best because it's just gonna be brown like this. It's not gonna be, it's nice and soft, but I have to let it cool. Once it's cool off, then I'm gonna cut it, slice it, and put it away. So it was in the oven for 35 minutes and on heat for 375 degrees. Man, guys, this bread is so soft. You can see me feeling it. Look at that. It's good. The sugar is right. Nothing is over. So it's pretty much a healthy bread for my family. This is what I talk about, guys. Rolling the bread better. If you don't roll it, the top don't be smooth. Like you can see my bread. The top is not smooth, but hey, my family don't care. This bread, when I bake in my house, it only lasts 4 days. This two loaf, guys. By next week, I'm gonna be making another more bread because these people love this bread. So yes, guys, tell me how your bread come out and let's have a discussion, guys. But yes, this is it. Look at this bread. That baby look good. You can eat it with like drink your tea in the morning, put some butter on it, and yes, this is it. So guys, I also purchased this bread box from Amazon. This is where I store my homemade bread and eat it for my people. See you next time. Bye.